All right, let's start, well, a secret that literally wouldn't stay buried. We're talking about the strange case of Bungalow Number 17.
So let me just ask you this. What if the biggest break you ever got, your one shot at success, was handed to you by someone or something that wasn't even alive? It's a pretty wild thought, but it's the absolute core of the story we're about to unpack.
So, let's meet our guys, Vikram, Sunil, and John. They're childhood buddies who've just landed in the massive, chaotic city of Mumbai. And like so many others, they have one simple, shared dream: to make it big. Now these guys aren't all coming from the same place. You've got Vikram and Sunil, fresh out of college from a small town, totally unprepared for just how brutal the city can be. And then there's John. He's seen his own father's business fail, so he's a little more realistic about things. But it doesn't matter, because their reality is the same. They're broke, they're homeless, and they are running out of time.
You know, just when it feels like all hope is lost, a little bit of kindness changes everything. A building's watchman sees them, sees how desperate they are, and it hits a nerve. He remembers being new and struggling, so he decides, you know what, I'm gonna make a call.
And this is the moment everything flips. The watchman's friend, who's a caretaker, makes this absolutely unbelievable offer. His boss is out of the country for 2 whole months. The place is just sitting there, empty. And he says they can stay there. And we're not talking about some tiny apartment. We're talking about a gorgeous house called Bungalow Number 17. So just like that, the friends have this incredible roof over their heads. But the second they step inside, you can feel the story shifting. This isn't just about hardship anymore. Something else is going on. After another long, draining day of looking for jobs with no luck, they finally settle in for their first night. The bungalow is quiet, almost peaceful, a total escape from the noise of the city. Or at least, that's what it seems like.
Because in the dead of night, Vikram wakes up. But here's the thing, he's not in his bed. He's in the bungalow's dark, creepy basement. He has no clue how he got there. And then he hears it, the unmistakable sound of a woman, somewhere in the darkness, weeping.
He scrambles out of there, totally panicked, drenched in a cold sweat, and shakes his friends awake. But they just laugh. They tell him it must have been a nightmare, that he was just dreaming. There's no one else here, they say. So completely terrified and confused, Vikram has no choice but to try and believe them. But here's the thing. What happened in that basement wasn't just a dream. Oh no, it was the start of something that was about to drag all of them down a path they could never, ever have seen coming. So the next morning, the friends are getting ready to head out for another day of job hunting, when this woman just appears at the gate, out of nowhere. She hands Vikram a small folded piece of paper, and then, poof, she's gone, vanished. Vikram unfolds the note. On it is an address and a simple message. If you go to this address, you will find work. I mean, how weird is that? Who was she? How did she know they needed a job? But, you know, when you're that desperate, you don't ask too many questions. They decide to check it out.
And that note is everything. Because this isn't some random act of kindness. This is the first move in a very deliberate plan. A mission for justice, being run from beyond the grave, and Vikram is about to become its star player, whether he likes it or not.
Okay, this is where it gets really weird. They get to the company and suddenly something takes over Vikram. He starts walking through this huge building like he's been there 1,000 times. He bypasses all the main offices, marches straight to the boss's private chamber, and unlocks a high-tech, password-protected door that only the boss should be able to open. His friends and the company manager can only stand there, their jaws on the floor. Once he's inside, Vikram, or whatever's inside Vikram, locks the door behind him. He sits down at the boss's personal computer and just starts working with this creepy, intense focus. What is he doing? No one has any idea. Hours go by. Then, the phone rings. It's the boss, calling from his trip, and he is in an absolute panic. He's yelling at the manager that someone is on his computer, screaming, "Go and stop him right now or I'll be ruined." All of a sudden, the stakes are sky high. So the manager breaks down the door, but it's too late. All he finds is Vikram, passed out cold on the floor. When Vikram finally comes to, he has no memory of anything. The last thing he remembers is leaving the bungalow that morning. The mystery just gets deeper and deeper. So what in the world just happened? To figure out what Vikram was doing, we have to uncover a really dark secret. A secret tied to the bungalow itself and to a horrible crime that was never supposed to see the light of day.
So here's the ugly truth. The owner of the bungalow, yep, the same boss, was having an affair with one of his employees. But it gets worse. He was secretly filming her to blackmail her. When she found out about the videos, they got into a huge fight, and in the struggle, he killed her. And to cover it all up, he buried her body right there in the garden of Bungalow Number 17.
And now it all clicks into place. Remember their first night? When they arrived, Vikram walked through the garden and unknowingly stepped right on top of her unmarked grave. In that single moment, her restless spirit latched onto him. She saw her one and only chance for justice.
The woman crying in the basement, the mysterious note, knowing the password, it was all her. Every single bit of it. She was using Vikram as a puppet to expose the man who killed her so she could finally find peace.
So what did Vikram do on that computer? The spirit used him to upload all of those blackmail videos and tons of other evidence of the boss's crimes all over the internet. His life and his reputation were destroyed in an instant, and he was arrested overseas. Her revenge was complete, and with her story finally told, the spirit could rest. As for the three friends, they got out of that bungalow as fast as they could, ready to leave the whole nightmare behind them.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. I mean, sure, the story of Bungalow Number 17 is one heck of a ghost story, but it's also a pretty powerful reminder, isn't it? It leaves you with this one lingering question. No matter how deep you try to bury a secret, can it ever really stay hidden forever? Thanks for tuning in.